You good? You good? Let me know when your camera's fixed, and I got you. All right, what's up with you guys? It is your boy West Coast, and we live in the building, man. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing, man? We live in the building, man. Shoot, I appreciate y'all, man. Listen to me, man. Listen to me, man. I was moving and shaking, and man, I had to get my daughter to this swim class, man. And your boy West Coast was running a little late today, man. So I just want to let everybody know I apologize for running a little late today. You
We
feel?
sorry. We sorry.
We apologize. Weezy sorry. You know what I'm saying? But yo, man, like always, it's Wednesday night, man. It's 7 p.m. or it's 9 p.m. somewhere out there. If you were on in out there in the Texas time, so you guys already know what it is, man. It is Cowboys talk with a Cowboys player, brought to you by West Coast Cowboy, Landlord from Alabama, and HTM Sports from HTM. And today, man, we got a special guest, a guy that I've wanted to speak with a long time, man. I got my boy, Mr. Kelvin Joseph, Dallas Cowboy player #1, man. What's up with you, KJ? I see you, my boy.
Hold on, I can't hear it.
You can't hear it? See if you can, what you using your phone or what you using? He was just, let me know when you let us know when you can hear us. Either way, though, hey, while he gets himself straight, we got a little thing we got to do. You guys already know whenever West Coast goes live, there's two things that you guys must do. Two things that you guys must do. You might need some headphones. You might need some headphones.
Can he hear us?
Yeah, I think he can hear us. He just can't. Let me tell him he needs some headphones. He might need headphones. There we go. Headphones. There we go. Boom. So, yo, you guys already know whenever West Coast goes live, there's two things you guys must do. First thing you guys must do is, can you hear us? You good now?
Yeah.
All right, so you guys already know whenever West Coast goes live, what are the two things you got to do? First thing you guys got to do is you must hit that share button. So I need everybody right now to hit that share button, no matter where you are. I need you guys to hit that share button. Then the next thing after share button, there's these things called stars. There's these things called super chats. What are stars and what are super chats? Stars and super chats are simply a way that you, the content watcher, can support the content by helping us what? Keep this mug on, man. I'm gonna tell y'all this right now, man. This is not free. I'm not about to get on my high horse, but I will tell you this. My electric bill, $482 last year, man. Cat Jerry, you owe me a couple bucks on that, man. So I need y'all. I ain't got the big Reliant contract like the Joneses. You know what I'm saying? It's over here. My electric company is run by some Eagles fans, and they janky in the mug, man. So I need y'all to help us keep this show on. How do y'all keep it on the air? Y'all keep it on the air by hitting that share button and hitting that star button. So yo,
make sure y'all like it up, bro.
Hey,
let's get it.
Hey, see, I like dudes who understand the whole social media platforms. You know what I mean? Who understand that. I appreciate you, man.
Yes,
So,
sir.
yeah. So hey, we usually do the round robin, but listen, time is of the essence. So we about to jump right on into this, man. We already did introductions. We gonna listen. We say this is an interview, man, but man, interviews are boring, bro. I don't want to do no interview, man. I just want to chop it up. You know what I'm saying? I want to chop it up. You know what I'm saying? So when you see me in the street, be like, "What up, West Coast? What's up with you, man?" You know what I'm saying? So let's start with some general stuff, man. I had a question, man. I don't even had a general question, man, but I think this is a question that I think I want to ask every NFL player. What was that moment, man? Or who was that player at practice or in a game that showed you that was like, damn, boss man, you in the NFL now, man? What was that moment? Yo, that moment right there. That moment right there. The woman you just did on your face. Tell me about that moment right there.
Yeah, probably one day, like rookie season, checking Coop, like
Coop that got that footwork on.
Yeah, he nice.
Okay. All right, shoot, man. Because I mean, this is one thing I know, man. In your career, you have had the luxury of practicing or playing against some of the top wide receivers in the NFL, man. And I just want to know, man, as a corner in the NFL, coming from, coming into a big conference like the SEC, going into the NFL, man, what are some things that you've learned just from having to play these high power wide receivers every single week, man?
It's a blessing to be in this position to face these high power receivers. And I mean, like, shit, it's just a challenge to come every week for me and for the receivers to, as we face each other, make each other better every week.
Okay.
Just embracing the opportunity as it goes, for real.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Indeed.
Go ahead. I'll let you go.
Mm.
Go ahead.
Nah, man, I was gonna ask you, dog. Like, y'all really deep out there at cornerback, man. You know, you got Diggs. Y'all just brought Gilmore in. Y'all got some dogs out there in the defensive back room.
Yeah.
So, I really wanted to know, man, like, what do you bring to the table that separates you from those other guys? We know that Diggs is the ball hawk. Gilmore known for bump and run. He's a good coverage guy. What is the attribute that you bring to the table that differentiates you from everybody else
Yeah,
around
just
you?
my physical attributes, tackling, all that ability to make plays on the football, for as fumbles, strips, all that. Picks gonna come for me, as you know.
Mm.
But
All right.
but I feel like it's a good thing that we all got our special attributes that we can bring to the table and help the team on every Sunday, for real. Because coach can put us in different positions and draw up different things for different players.
Yeah, speaking of
Yeah.
coach, man, I do want to touch on Mr. DQ, man. He seemed like he like the players coach, the coach that everybody want to play for. So could you speak on like that relationship you have with DQ and the position coach Al Harris? Like, how was that relationship dynamic between y'all?
Yeah, DQ, it it was a life changing experience for them. Just coming in when they first drafted me, I appreciate them for taking the opportunity. And it's so far, it's just off when I first met DQ and Coach L. It was just like a whole learning obstacle of maturing from college to a grown man level, and they helped me and put me in a position to be able to achieve my goals. So now it's all just putting it all together, for real.
Yeah, yeah, that's what's up.
And man, I'm gonna tell you
Indeed.
one thing I know about DQ, man, is he really values like versatility, or the Dallas Cowboys kind of value versatility. They value like these James Bond athletes, guys who can kind of play multiple positions, man. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. There was a certain tweet, man. And obviously for what does they say, for statistical, not for tactical reasons. If you can't answer all the way, we get it because we don't want to get the Eagles too much. You know what I'm saying?
They
We
lurking in the bushes.
I mean, even though we smack the Eagles every time we play them, you know what I'm saying? But Michael Gelgan put out a tweet, man, that literally had the world on fire, man. And it was just kind of talking about, they didn't actually say the Cowboys was playing you at safety, but they did say you was kind of walking by him, and he was hanging out with them, and y'all said hello and they said hi. But then but then, man, I got some little crickets in the office, man, in the around the organization, and they said there's been rumblings and things about even playing a little slot, man. Like, I love, first off, I love the fact that you just willing to get on the field. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
No matter what you got to do, I love the fact that I'm hearing you, man. I mean, if I'm, well, no matter what it is, I love the fact I hear you just wanting to get on the field at all times.
yeah.
But I want to know, man. I want to know, not what you want to do. What would you like to do? You know what I'm saying? You
I
got your
mean, I just feel like I'm different. So
Mm.
not in the cocky way, in the humble way. Far as how I take my game. Last year, just learning from my mistakes and coming in this year with a whole different mindset of not making the same mistake again, and not being like I'm not being denied this time. Like you can say that.
Okay. Yeah.
So and
So I
just
do have a oh, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, Kinfolk.
and like you say, learning a new position. It's just giving me an opportunity to learn the defense more, knowing where my help gonna be at more on the field, and just coach being able to be able to play me in different positions, helping the defense be more versatile, for real.
I got you. I got you. So, man, like, you spoke to your relationship with your coaches. So, what is some of the things that you learned from some of the veteran players around you? I know that Gilmore got there. I know you've been with Trey, for a while. So, what's some of the tricks of the trade that you done picked up from them that you think can help you elevate your game so far?
You got to learn, and you got to watch what to do and not to put on film. Like whatever
Mm.
you put on film is really important. So make sure you're not just putting anything on film as in practicing. Make
Okay.
Yeah.
sure you go hard.
Okay. Man, I got a kind of a question here, man, because you know, one thing I noticed, one thing I've kind of noticed about the NFL, man, is like the NBA, you have guys who have passions, man. Djokovic this past week, they asked him a question. They said, "Hey, man, what have you learned from being a father? What that you could put in basketball?" And he said, "Man, the only thing I really learned is that basketball is important to me, but it's not like I have a whole life. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
there are other things in my life that are important to you. They're important to me, and I just want to know, man, like, kind of talk about like, because I know your music is something that is important to you, man. And I just want to know, like, what is your thoughts about like, professional athletes, having something like a getaway from the professional sport to kind of as their therapy. Like, what is your thoughts on that, man? Because I've heard you talk about your music, and it definitely sounds like it's not just like you putting out music. It's more like an expression of the things you've gone through. And I just want to kind of talk about that for a little bit, man, if you don't mind.
Well, I can say my family and me going to church is pretty important to me outside of the football. And also I make music. It's just a hobby right now.
I like that.
So as I've been going through my career, it's been a challenge just by proving to others that I'm focused. Like, or you could say this, I'm buying into my career, my football career, and music is just a hobby. People gonna say what they want, but
Right.
shit, you be at practice putting 12 hours and 24 hours in, just studying film and going over plays. You gonna need a getaway someday just to relax your mind. Just
Yeah. I
Right.
got I
So
got one question. I'm from
Great.
Alabama.
That's a good response, man. That's a
Yeah.
damn good response.
Yeah, you
super
need you
dope.
need a little relaxed time for your mind. But I'm from Alabama, man. So I'm a Bama fan, and I remember you playing against Devontae Smith, and you had a great game against him, man. You got an
yeah,
interception on my team, and I wasn't happy at the time, but I'm glad you're a Cowboy. But how you felt about that matchup in college, and what do you think about the odds of it happening in the leagues? You going up
yeah,
against Devontae?
yeah. That was a nice matchup in college. But I'm pretty sure we on to bigger and better matchups now. So
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. I think we went against each other like one time my rookie season,
yeah,
and just had to learn from it. Now ready to showcase a better opportunity and a better me.
I heard
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I
Man,
feel that.
go
Yo,
ahead. Go
so
ahead.
yeah, so real quick, man. So do you believe, man, like, and listen, I love the Dallas Cowboys, I love our fan base, but when you get drafted by a franchise with high expectations, it's not like getting drafted to a team that doesn't have any championship aspirations or anything. Do you believe, coming to the Dallas Cowboys has put in like some unwarranted pressure on you to go out there and make plays, do this or do that? Because we live in a microwave society, man. A lot of people don't give young players time to make mistakes and grow into a role. They want instant results. So do you think that's and that's already part of the NFL, but do you think it's added, even more being a Dallas Cowboy?
Yeah, I could say Dallas Cowboys, like we the biggest of
Mhm.
them all for real.
Facts.
But just coming into this position, I knew it was gonna be challenges I was gonna face, and I was gonna have to, just grow up as I go on. But for the
Mm.
Cowboys, you could say it's better recognition. It's more people paying attention to what you're doing, so you gotta carry yourself a little more different than the other teams and people that's watching.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was.
that
Indeed.
line a little more thin on this side
Yeah,
of the town, huh? Yeah,
Hey, man.
yeah,
Hey, so listen to me. I was at the 49er game, right? And it
Hmm.
was like deep in the fourth quarter, right? And bro, at this point, I'm praying, Lord, we just need the ball back. Lord, please, Lord, let's just let somebody, Lord, if you're a Cowboy fan, let somebody make a play. And they punt the damn ball, right? And I see one running down the field.
flying because he was gunning down that field
yeah,
on
tough.
special team. He was gunning.
I want to know, bro, because listen to me. Cowboys win that game, that's probably one of the best special teams plays in Cowboy history because of everything that happens. We get the ball back. The only thing that it's still one of the best plays that get to happen because you know what I'm saying. But we didn't win the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I want to know, man, what's going through your head going down there, man. You going there to field the ball, stop, but you going down to make a play, man. Talk to me about that.
I ain't lying in my head the whole time. Like I'm like, I ain't in on defense to get the ball back. So let
Mm.
me let me get the ball back before we go on defense. Damn near.
All right. Yeah.
So as a kick off, my coach he had already gave us the scouting report. He like Ray he bound and fumbled. He done fumbled like every game, almost the whole season. So
That's
me
Bones,
just
right?
me just believing in coach
Yeah.
and just taking my chances, and then really coach put me in a position to make the play, and I just believed him and I delivered it.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
That was up, man.
You know what that word says? You know what that says about a player right there? That's a one word. Let me tell you what that is. The word coachable.
Yeah.
You know
One
what I'm
thing
saying?
I did want to speak on is like to the level of competition, the competitiveness that you showed, because I think a lot of people would have went and tucked their tail when they faced that little adversity. And I admire the way that you took on the challenge and actually like went hard on special teams, because I made a video about it and I highlighted all the stuff that I seen you do, because I mean you put out some good tape out there on film. So I just want to speak to the competitiveness and not giving up. That attitude what made you want to go keep going.
Yeah, for real, just adding fuel to my fire and making me go harder on taking every play, not for advantage, like taking this shit all serious.
Mm. Yeah, man. And one thing I like about this too is like like HTM was saying, like this is like a in today's society, their expectations is right now. You know what I'm saying? But there's two types of player I've seen in the NFL. There's microwave players and there's oven players. And the thing about it is, it's like there's some players that you can just pop in the oven, pop in the microwave, and boom, they're ready to go. But then
Yeah,
guess what? They don't. A lot of times with microwave food, what happens? You know what I'm saying? It's hot on the outside, but when you start really poking it in the inside, it's still cold. It still has flaws. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But you have some players that are
um,
more or less like ovens. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they may take a little bit longer, but at the same time, we already know when Big Mama put that cake in the oven, bruh, it hit different. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
tough.
Like, it hit different, man.
Yeah,
So I
I
mean,
feel like my process, like I'm not mad that my process went the way it went. I'm actually kind of happy so that I learned my mistakes early as I went on in my career. So now that I know how to move, now that I know how to play on the field, know what's coming, know what to react to and what not to react to, it's just a whole bunch of maturing that had to go on, and
Yeah.
I'm happy for it.
mm,
What's up? You embracing the journey, man. We appreciate the focus. But I was thinking like far as the skill set go, which part of the being a corner you highlight the most to yourself? Like, do you like to be in zone more? You like more like bump and run? What
Yeah,
kind of style of coverage you like to play? In phase, out of phase? What's the best that suits you the best?
I'm really
Mm.
uh locked down man to man physical corner, like in your face type of
Oh,
player.
you bump and run actually.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, I like that too, because one question. This is a general question, though. This is kind of a general question. This is a question I've been asking kind of all the Cowboys that have come on. That we've had Izzy on here, we've had Obert on here, we had a couple of the guys, and I've all asked them this kind of the same question. Like, you know, when you ask a team to be physical, you asking them to put hands on folks, right? So when you put hands on folks, there's a chance that you're gonna get what? Caught putting hands on folks.
Right.
Yeah.
So penalties are gonna come. You know what I'm saying? I want to know, like, what was like the mindset, because at the beginning of the season there was, I'm not gonna say a ridiculous amount, but there was an exuberant amount of penalties and things that was going on. You know what I'm saying? What was the mindset that kind of happened like midway through the season where you guys were still very, very physical? You know what I'm saying? But the penalties just kind of diminished like dramatically. What was that conversation like? How did that take place?
I mean, you can see us. We playing hard, so it obviously gonna stand out on film.
Okay.
Like we had conversations with coach about the penalties and all, but we just couldn't like turn down our style of play, so we couldn't let that be an excuse of us losing games or winning games. So we really didn't really too much let that factor into like on the combative plays, like where you there to make a play or something, and then you get a flag. Like we really honed in on like the offsides and shit like that. Like I'm sorry for the curse, but
Oh no, you good.
No,
It's
you fine.
uncut.
I cuss people out
It's
on this show all the time. You
it's
good?
This uncut. Yeah.
And this is
uncut.
Uncut Cowboy.
but like as you going to make a play, like yeah, sometimes it could be 50-50. So like you can't really be down in the player. But the fans, fans get a little leeway.
Right. So let me actually ask you this then, man. There's a bunch of folks been talking down. What have you improved, in your mind personally from year to year? Because like I think everybody takes a jump in player progression from one year to
Yeah.
another. So maybe you came in, as a rookie, and the first thing you did was get adjusted to the speed. But year three, what do you think you really took a jump in? Is it maybe like physically, mentally, or what schematic wise you understand the defensive coverage better? What do you believe
Yeah.
it is?
Now I can say I understand the scheme more better now that I took the time and now I'm working with a new coach, Kenny Matthews. He's helping me along the way a lot too. So it's just more comfortable and more trustworthy with who's teaching me and putting me in the position and believing in myself that I can get the job done. This coach asking me without just doing extra and trying to like make a play.
Mm.
You could say.
Okay. Hey, quick question,
Gotcha.
man. We're gonna do a quick question. Hey, make sure everybody hit that share button and that star button, man. We appreciate everybody that's watching. We got over, man, between all the platforms, man, we got over 600, like 500 people watching, man. It's a great show, man. Great audience turned out tonight, man. It's a highly anticipated show. Listen to me. I'm gonna tell you, man. We put, we asked the nation like who's the one person they wanted to talk to, man, and you were definitely the number one person everybody wanted to speak to, man. And I think it's because, man, I think it's just also the new mentality of the Dallas Cowboys, man. And it's like, you know, the old way of Cowboy was really like it was all the shine on the offense, right? You put all the hope in the offense, and then you just hope the defense didn't mess up. You know what I'm saying? But let's just be real, man. No matter what's going on in that offense, no matter who's getting paid and what's going on, we have been going into deep games saying, man, as long as our defense could just, man, if they could just keep us in this game, if they could
Yeah.
just keep us in that game. So it's like, the mentality of the players had to almost kind of change. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the Dallas Cowboys, not only do they draft well when it comes to player skill set, but I think you had to kind of like draft players who actually have that tough mindset because in this NFL, like you said, man, there was a season I think it was last year when we played Jamar Chase. You played what's the boy Evans? Like every single week it was
Justin
Justin
Jefferson.
Jefferson. Like every single week it was like the who's who of wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I tell people I love all my guys, but I tell people like this, you can find Deion Sanders getting beat by random dudes. You can, as good as he is, you can find my boy RJ Sauer. He hangs his hat on this. He beat Deion Sanders when he played for the Jags, and Deion Sanders played for the Washington Redskins. Deion he wasn't even wearing 21. I think he was wearing like 37. You know what I'm saying? But that's my boy. Hey, and RJ, I love you. But that's his profile picture. That's my boy profile picture right now to this day. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I do want to ask, what far as the defense will go, who you think like is like the leader, the one that get the troops riled up? Far as like, I know it's some of the obvious ones like Micah Parsons and D Law, but other than them guys, or is it just them? It's okay, but who was the leaders that get the defense like on that next level that they need to be going into game day?
You can say J. Curse,
Mm.
Donovan
Mm.
Wilson, Leighton Vander Esch,
Oh, that's a
DA.
surprising one for some people with
Yeah.
Leighton.
I
Yeah.
feel like our whole defense can really step up, like, because they all step up in big moments, not even just big moments, just at practice. We hold each other accountable, like certain certain way we practice, how we going through walkthroughs, stuff like that. So, but those names who I feel like that are captains, but I feel like everybody on the defense can be a captain in a moment that they're needed to be or called upon.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna tell you this right here. One thing I like about in the situation that you're in, man, is like you possibly about to see the Dallas Cowboys make Trevon Diggs possibly one of the higher paid corners ever. So it's like you know why you have tangible goals right there in front of you. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Things that you can actually achieve. Where it's like you don't got to go look on another team. You can look at a guy that was in the exact position that you're in. You know what I'm saying? A guy same round. You know what I'm saying? Who is now about to be enumerated in a position to see that he's one of the best. So I mean, I just think it's I think it's a dope scenario. And I also think that, everything that we go through, it kind of shapes us into the player that we need. Because I'm gonna tell you this right now, man. If you don't know how it is to get it and then lose it and then get it back. You know what I'm saying? This may not be the NFL for you. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I like about you, man, is no matter what is, you keep going forward, man. You definitely keep going forward. Now I want to give you an opportunity, man, and we're not gonna be on here too much longer, but I do want to give you a kind of opportunity to kind of give some of your teammates a little shine, man. I want to know right now, man, out of these, I'm gonna name these three receivers real quick, man. And I want to know, what comes to mind when I say, a guy like CeeDee Lamb, playing, practicing with a guy like CeeDee Lamb. Tell me something that comes to mind, that sets him apart from these other receivers that you've seen in the league.
man. Well, he wore 88 for a reason.
Mm,
Yeah,
All right.
mm, okay,
he different from a lot of other different NFL receivers. Just playing style, playability,
okay. Another one.
MG.
I
I was
got
about,
one
Nice.
question I want to sneak in here,
I
man.
was go ahead, give me talk to me about Michael Gallup.
He
Oh, okay.
catcher rate is just different.
Crazy.
You don't see nobody breaking down those type of catches.
Okay, another question. I want you to show some love to a wide receiver that ain't really getting no love, but should be getting some love because you practice against him every day.
Yeah, you could say JT. He on the way as we've been
Yeah.
going.
Hey, we just had him on the show last week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We just had him on the
man,
show
that boy.
last week. Yeah.
Go ahead, elaborate a little bit, and then we go switch it up. I promise you. Go ahead, elaborate.
yeah, he nice. Just another one like me, underdog, putting it all together, learning the system as we go. And,
Mm,
blocking out all the noise and not letting anybody get to.
Hey, I just
Indeed.
want to ask this question right here. With you getting a former defensive player of the year in the same room with you, man, I know you probably be picking his brain, but how much has that been helping you just being around Stephon Gilmore like that, like picking his brain on little tips and stuff?
Yeah, like already just a small little conversation that we developing over just him being in the league 12 years and me going into year three. Like that's just a totally different accomplishment, and I'm blessed to have him in my presence to even learn like just as real life aspects and football aspects because this man is a veteran in the game. He didn't seen it like he done went through all the most stuff I done went through. So it really is gonna help me for real. I feel like
mm. Hey, that's a good point, man. One thing I also love is that acknowledging because sometimes, man, people will have all the tools they need to help whatever they need to build, and they'll be right there, but they don't recognize those tools. You know what I'm saying? So I think being a professional about your craft is understanding the areas that you need to improve in, and then reaching out and getting those tools. And I think acknowledgement is the first. In the first, if I promise you, if there is a recipe on how to be great, acknowledgement, I guarantee you, is one of the main recipes and one of the main ingredients because you have to be able to acknowledge. It's like a self inventory, taking a self inventory of the things that you feel that you can improve on, and then just flat out, working on them and getting improving on them. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely like that approach. Henny, you have another one? Go
Right.
ahead.
Yeah, I do have a quick one, man. So I know you said you been working around. I know you've been playing boundary before. I know that you've done played some slot. So now, what is the difference in preparation for doing both? So like I know it's a different animal being out there on an island than just working in the middle of the field where there's no sideline help or anything. So what's the difference in that, in your opinion?
Well, the difference is just in me. I'm going there basically with the same type of mentality, but in the slot you got to be more physical and bring your pads. You got to make a lot of more tackles in that slot because you got to fit the run. But as far as me lining up in coverage, I'm thinking the same type of mindset. I'm already basically sometimes thinking zero. So
Mm.
Mm.
it's probably not too much of a difference as my coverage aspect. Probably have a little more chance of being more physical in the slot, you could say. But
Mm.
the biggest difference just be me being able to make plays in the run game for real and in
Mm.
my pass game because I feel like I'm nice in coverage and in the slot. I'm surprised a lot of people because they expected me from just the outside, haven't really too much
Right.
seen.
Mm.
And I do agree with that about physicality, man. Like you graded out as one of the better tacklers at the cornerback position. So like I do believe in that aspect of your game right there.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm gonna keep it real. Any team any team that is a team that is good at stopping the run. One thing that you're gonna have is their DBs are gonna be willing full tacklers. You know what I'm saying? These are guys that are gonna be willing to come up and make tackles. You know what I'm saying? And our DBs, man, they get for whatever reason, man. Cowboy Nation, man. I don't know. We just be. I'm gonna just fight. KJ, we're weird sometime. Okay.
On my
I'm
mama.
gonna just tell you right now, we're weird. You know what I'm saying?
We love this team, man. You
Yeah,
right.
man. Diggs had a career year in tackles, and people, man, Diggs needs to tackle. But what he tackled more a year last year than he's ever tackled
Bet,
since he's ever been in
bet
the
you're
NFL.
tackling.
He had a career high last year in tackling. Folks be like, man, you need to tackle more. You need to tackle more. You know what I'm saying? But it's like one thing I know about this Cowboy defense, man, is even with Anthony Brown, man, y'all guys are willful tacklers, man. You guys are guys that are gonna come up there and you guys are gonna try to make those tackles. And I think that's the number one thing that we got to do. I have these hats to run the damn ball, and I also got another hat called stop the damn run. And one of the things that in order for us to be a good defense, it has to be willing for all players involved. You know what I'm saying? And we absolutely love that about you. You know what I'm saying? Henny, I know you had one more question before we get up out of here, my guy.
Oh, I actually was going to read this for you, KJ. They sent me a $5 super chat. They said KJ show out this year. We rooting for you, and that's a sentiment, man. We are rooting for you, man. We hope nothing but success, and good things for you moving
I
forward, my
got
brother.
y'all.
Absolutely, man.
Appreciate
Absolutely.
y'all.
Hey,
Cowboy Nation, man.
shout out to my boy Mac. My boy Mac says I'm rooting for number one, man. Hey, I appreciate you, Mac. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to a couple other guys that
Thank y'all.
showing a whole lot of love, man. Showing a whole
Yep.
lot of love. And to be honest with you, man, that's kind of like what we like doing here, man, because we understand in media. If I had two videos, I had a video of a guy helping a guy, up off the street because he fell, it'll probably get 50 views. But if I had that same guy setting that same guy on fire, it's gonna have 1 million views, bro. People will sit around and watch you burn all day. You know what I'm saying? But when you're actually doing things, you actually doing positive things and trying to, not even trying, but you're actually putting yourself in the right direction. Those things don't always get highlighted, man. And we want to make sure that here over at West Coast Cowboy, Landlord Sports, and at HTM Sports that we show those things and we appreciate those things because I'm gonna tell you this right now, man. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Like I said, I don't want to have to go through the whole story, but I'm gonna tell you this right now. Mr. KJ was the answer to some of our prayers with about a minute and 47 seconds left.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was big time right there,
That was
man.
huge, bro.
On my mama.
Like that was on my mama, bro. On my mama, man. But
I got one last question before we wrap it up. Just
I,
one last
I had
question.
a segue question though, man. I had a
Oh,
segue question,
this
man.
gonna be real quick.
And I
What?
just want you to kind of just talk to the nation, man, because I
Oh,
think
okay.
sometimes the nation kind of thinks that you guys just lose these games and then the season's over and then you guys get on big yachts and just sail into the blue into the oasis and the season's over and we start all over, man. I
Yeah.
want to know, KJ, what is it like losing a playoff game, bro?
It hurt for real.
Yeah.
You miss out on a lot. The ring, the money, the experience. So it really hurt for real. Like to us,
Yeah.
probably more than y'all. Like
Yeah.
I see that. I like that. Go ahead, landlord.
I was just finna say, man, us as I mean, like athletes, they usually try to, set short term and long term goals. So like where you see yourself in the next few years, like where you trying to go far as like your position and your impact on this football team.
Only way is up for me.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
that's why I say I'm kind of I'm not happy that I'm in this position, but wait, only way I can go is up. Y'all put me at the bottom. I can show y'all I can get to the top.
All right. Yes,
Amen to
sir.
that,
You
man.
ready?
Hey,
You ready for the challenge, sound like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
Hey
sure.
man, well, hey, I'm gonna let you know this right now, man. Well, shoot, you ain't at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? You about halfway. You know what I'm saying? Because because your talent shows, man, that you are where you are supposed to. I believe this: a man's talent will make room for him. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Yeah.
Your
for sure.
talent, your talent, and your hard work. I don't give a damn. Nobody say your talent and hard work have put you exactly where you are right now.
I
You know
believe in God too, bro.
what I'm saying? I heard that.
Praying, man.
That that's
Yes,
the
amen.
sir.
that's the biggest thing of it all, bro.
What that
Fact.
boy Dursky say? Keep God in your life. I ain't gonna say that in the rest of the part. They say keep God in.
Hey, but not for real talk though, man. They already giving you glowing reviews from OTAs, man. They say you out there balling, making plays. They had a whole little report on it. Then landlord, what was that article you read about surprise breakout
Yeah.
performances in
They
OTAs they had
said you
posted?
you coming to camp like you got a chip on your shoulder, man. We excited to hear that, man.
Oh, that boy.
Real
I
talk.
told you, I feel that competitive nature, man. Cause I go back to that all the time. I say it seems like I know players. I know players that'll go tuck their tail and be sad and don't go back and compete after they get a little obstacle in their way. And I admire that you didn't do that. So, speak to that. They say you had a chip on your shoulder coming in the camp. So what's up with that?
Gotcha.
Yeah, talk to me about that.
Shit. I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna keep it on my shoulder for real.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make everybody feel it for real and
All
show 'em.
right. So
Shoot,
they
I
gonna feel me. I like that. I like that.
Well, hey man, I appreciate you for coming on here. Say, man, we are going to be at training camp, and I'm gonna be the dude screaming your name like I know you. You feel me? So when you hear my name, don't be trying to act like you don't know me, man.
I
don't
got y'all.
We all
be,
gonna be there. We gonna
don't
be
be
saluting to you.
we all gonna be there, man. Cause
Indeed,
hey,
brother.
cause training camp Baptist is gonna be lit. They're gonna be lit, and I'm excited
Yeah,
to
for
see
sure. It's gonna be lit this year.
Yes,
I
sir.
heard it's gonna be lit. Well, hey man, I appreciate you for stopping by, man, and giving us an opportunity to talk to you this today, man. And man, hey, you have yourself a great rest of the month. And then when training camp comes, I'll see you in Oxnard, my guy.
All right, thank y'all, bro.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Hey, anytime, man. Thank you,
You
brother.
be
Have a
blessed.
good year, man.
All right.
All right, man. That was
Yes,
Already,
Dallas
man.
sir.
Cowboys cornerback Kelvin Joseph, Dallas wearing number Dallas Cowboy number 1. And
He
shout out,
got one of the coldest numbers too. We forgot
yeah,
to
he
say
do.
it. He got a cold number, man.
Yeah,
Number
he
one
do.
cold, bro.
Hmm.
Yeah, he do.
That number one cold. He got to show up on that one, man. I
All right,
can't
man.
wait to see that one.
Hey, thoughts, man. Thoughts. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about what are y'all thoughts of the interview? What are y'all thoughts on some of the content that he gave, man? Right out the gate, man. Um, I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. He sounds like a guy who has heard everything we've been saying. So
Yeah,
I just,
yeah, yeah. We know he heard it.
He
Listen,
tapped
he know
in with the
we
community,
know.
ain't he?
he definitely got
I mean,
it in.
cuz shared our video, so I know he know, but at the same time, I'm glad to hear, that he's been making strides. You know, what I'm saying like, and listen, that coincides what they've been saying. They've been saying that he's been having amazing OTA so far. He been talking about putting in the work. Keeping his head down and working, progressing, and it's so far it showed up in the way that they said he's been playing. In these OTAs. So, I just hope that he gets the opportunity wherever it is on the field to make an impact on the team. And like, listen, I was critical of his play, but like this is a new day and time. You know what I'm saying? Like he barely plays, so I'm gonna treat him like we treat Jalen Tolbert. You don't get on the field that much, I'm just gonna chop it up to that. So you need reps, you need experience, and like it takes a little bit of time to get to where you're going. Sometimes where you're going is up the street and around the corner. Sometimes it's in a different
Yeah.
state.
So,
You
cause
know what I'm
just
saying?
like
So
you said,
it's all about the journey. It's all about the
just like
journey.
you said, man, you cannot really define the DB by like, you know what I'm saying, getting beat, bro. Cause like every DB gets beat, bro. Every DB gets cooked I'm a wide receiver. I tell you that. Like, hey, we gonna cook anybody who get in front of us. Even the best ones, the Hall of Famers, everybody gets cooked. So I wouldn't say that's a good way to, judge a player, especially a DB. Like that confidence level, that's what kind of remains seen when you talk to him. At least he still got his confidence. He's not wavering from it. It sounds like he want to prove everybody wrong. You know what I'm saying? I like that energy from him. Confidence is like one of the biggest attributes for a DB. When you lose confidence, and West Coast, you played DB, so I know you know. Like when you get caught on, you can't hang your hat. You got to get back up, get back on the horse, and try again.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you this right here. DBs are always going to be measured by how they come back, not by what they do initially, because it's a reactionary position, man.
Yeah.
Like it's a reactionary position. It's a position where it's like you're always going to be reacting off of what someone else does, and that's why I gave the example of my boy RJ Sauer out of USC. Like he caught Deion Sanders slipping, but it's like, bruh, like Trevon. I used him as an example because I didn't want to use Trevon Diggs. He caught slipping, but it's like that's just what it is as a corner, man. Like there's not a cornerback in the NFL that has never given up that goes 0 touchdowns given up or 0 plays. Like that's just like catches are going to happen, but the cornerback is so much that your greatness in the cornerback position is always going to be about how good you are on play number two. You know what I'm saying? Because play number one, you may not have seen that, but play number two, they coming right back at you. Can you make that play? You know what I'm saying? And one thing I like about Kelvin Joseph is, man, listen to me. Kelvin Joseph ain't no chump either, bro. He got on here.
Straight up.
Like he's got on like listen, man, there was no excuses given. There was no they was hating him. Nah, none of that, bro. All I heard
He
was
ain't blame nobody but
he
himself.
didn't blame nobody but himself, bro.
And
And
he
I
said
love
he said a lot of maturing to do. That's one thing he said too. He spoke on maturity a lot. And I think that's accountability. That's exactly what that is. Him saying that it was a lot of growth and a lot of maturity to do, that speaks like that's a great indication for a young man. Like a man, I feel like a man can't be nothing without accountability. Like men need accountability, bro. Like, and I can't speak for nobody else, but men need it because the world gonna show you if you don't get it right away. You know what I'm saying? So with him not making excuses for nothing, saying straight up that I needed to mature, he said that several times, and there was a lot of learning that he needed to do, and that's probably the first step forward for him becoming the player that we hoped he'd be.
Yeah, listen, he mentioned maturity a couple times, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we been forgetting this kid is
He's
young, man. He
23
only
years
23
old.
years
Yeah.
old. Yeah, I say I got a stepson older than that. So man. So he's young. He's gonna make mistakes. He's going to need time to develop into a player. That you can put out there, but like he got talent. You don't become a second round pick. Just off of a whim. You know what I'm saying? Like he got athletic ability. Man, like 6 foot runner, runner
4-3. Yeah.
4-3. Played in the SEC against dominant players. Shut down a Heisman Trophy winner. Shut down Kyle Pitts, who was the first down pick. That man got a good resume coming out. So we just gotta see him get on the field at this point, man. But we gotta give him the time. Like I said, everything can't be a microwave kind of reaction.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, and I mean, and like I said, I'm gonna stay with the account. If the number one thing I loved about the interview was accountability. I heard a
Yeah.
young man taking accountability for his actions, and I heard a young man taking accountability for owning his future. You know what I'm saying? Not putting it to chance. Not, you know what I'm saying? This, like what he said about, talking to Gilmore. You know what I'm saying? I liked all that. You know what I'm saying? I like the fact that he understands that this is his opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And I also like the fact that he got a little, he not running out, he not running around here trying to act like he think everybody just loving on him because he understands that the fire is on him. That's what he said,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Like he said, y'all didn't put me down.
He
Like,
said, I'm at the bottom. He said, hey, I can't go nowhere but up. I like
go
that. I
nowhere else.
like that attitude, man.
I like
I
that
like
too.
that attitude because, hey, that showed me he got some fight in him. You know what I'm saying? He got some fight in him. That boy ain't no coward. And I like that. You know what I'm saying? This a tough business to be in, especially for a 23-year-old kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think people understand that. Just imagine I ain't gonna lie, bro. When I was 23, I was very nefarious. So if
You didn't have and you
look,
didn't have $2-3 million.
I was just about to say, put a couple million in my 23-year-old hands, bro. I ain't no telling what I would have been doing.
And a
So
camera on everywhere you go.
yeah, and they following me around, bro. I probably would have been got counseled and put out the league. So I mean, I don't think people understand how young these players is. Of course, they getting paid to do a job, but everybody don't mature at the same level or at the same pace. So I think y'all might need to, give some of these young men a little grace, man, because it's not as easy as it might seem. You know what I'm saying? I got a son now, and it's not easy raising a son. You know what I'm saying? So hey, it just matters like you have to see what happens and give them the best advice and hopefully they can capitalize on what you tell them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And yeah, man, listen, like the expectations, what I'm saying, like he didn't ask for those expectations, that like he came in as a second round pick for the Dallas Cowboys. And like he said, like you have pressure coming into the league, but when you play for the Cowboys and everybody watching your moves, you play in all these different primetime games, like you're in front of more people. If he was a second round pick on a team that nobody gave a damn about, we wouldn't be sitting here having this conversation. You know what I'm saying? He would have the time to develop, into the player that he can be in peace.
Hey, we got some malarkey going on in the chat. That boy got swiped out.
Yeah,
Came back.
Like they don't
go ahead,
exist.
go ahead.
They're figments of the imagination. But yeah, go ahead, Landon.
Oh man, I just was saying, man. And then one thing we got to give him credit for, he didn't tuck his tail either. He didn't run away from this. Like some people would have been like, "No, I'm not doing the interview," because like y'all, how many good things y'all done had to say about him? To be honest, you know what I'm saying? He could have been like, "Man, screw that. I ain't finna talk to them folk." He could have just took whatever y'all gave him. He manned up and faced the interview and then run away from it. So I got respect for the young man, man. I'm rooting for him. Especially as long as he got a star on his head, man. I'm rooting for him.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell
Indeed.
you, like, there was a I was talking about I wanted to talk about the San Francisco 49er play because I think what he said was kind of epic, bro. He was like, man, you heard he said he was like, I can't get the ball back on defense. You know what I'm saying? And something that I love that he said is, man, my coach. He said, I listened to my coach. He said, my coach told me on film. See, a lot of time I think we just think these dudes aren't really doing what they're supposed to be doing, man. And these guys are, bruh. He just told you right now he made a play. Why? Because he listened to his coach and he was where his coach told him to be. You know what that is? Man, that's a coach that'll never give up on a they'll never give on. They'll never give up. As long as you have that trait, they'll never give up on you.
Cause Wes, you didn't coach before. I about to say
you.
you didn't coach before. You know how difficult it is. You'll take a less talented kid over a kid that don't listen. Know what I'm
Facts.
saying?
Any
A
day.
kid, you will take a less talented kid. I had to tell my son, like, I'm like, bro, listen, you got to be able to listen to your coaches. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lesson I made sure I let him learn. I've coached before. Like, I don't want to be sitting up here arguing with somebody and I'm trying to help you. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you got to realize that some of these coaches are taking time out their day just to help you. Everybody's not compensated for this type of stuff either. Like, and I'm just speaking on all levels, but you do need to realize the importance of coaching. Like, it's not an easy job. It's really not. It's hard to deal with these kids. We all have kids, and we get frustrated at them. So just imagine trying to coach up somebody else's kids. It's not an easy job. So being coachable is a great attribute.
Man, he really bigged up his new coach too, though. Man, he took time out. Said, yeah, he got with a new coach. I forget the gentleman's name, but he spoke very glowing of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell y'all this. I also loved. He gave us some insight on that show, right?
He did.
Mm-hmm.
He told us that he's playing slot. Basically, it wasn't no safety. It was slot.
He didn't even speak on safety much when you asked him, did he?
Nope. He's playing. They're coaching him to play slot. So that makes me wonder, what are they doing with Deron Bland? Because Deron Bland plays slot.
Deron got that job on lock. That would it sound like to me.
Or maybe they think they're gonna have a time. But I'm gonna tell you something else that he gave us. If you're a fantasy football player, I would probably put Jalen Tolbert on my bench somewhere. Not saying he's gonna go off, but if I had to pick Cowboys receivers, Jalen told her about to go off, bro.
Did you hear? Did he
Jalen-
gave Jalen his props? Then he, bro.
He said
about 700.
he said it quick, bro.
He said Jalen told. He said JT. hey.
TFO said J. Lou play slide. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
speak
but
on.
J. Lou not
speak on
even J.
that.
Lou.
Is he a free? He still
Hold
got a
on,
year left, don't
no, he on
He
the
still
team.
got
got a
one
year
year.
left.
They can cut him by saving. I think they're gonna cut him, bro. I think they're gonna cut him, and I think they're gonna cut him right before June 1st.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say this is because somebody asked me about the Jordan Lewis contract. It doesn't matter when you cut him or trade him; it's going to be all the same money. So theoretically, if you wanted to hold on to J. Lou until he had a higher trade value, let's say somebody goes down in the closer to the trade deadline, he would have more value trading him then. Because regardless if you cut him now or cut him later or trade him now, trade him later, it's still going to be the same $4.7 million that you save. So theoretically, if you wanted to up your
Shout
price,
out Macho Boomin.
Oh well, yeah, shout out to Mucho
We
Boomer.
get time,
So yeah,
man. I
So,
missed a few supers, man. I wanna. If
yeah,
not, I'll just read them
yeah,
on my next show tomorrow or something. But
no, you're
Let's
good.
go
I'm
around,
gonna
go
finish this train of thought. I'm finish this train of thought. Then I'll let you get to it. So So if you theoretically you wanted to try to get something back for J. Lou, just not flat out cut him. You really got up to the trade deadline because it doesn't matter when you move on from him because we already crunched the numbers.
Mm-hmm. And then guess what, fellas? Guess what?
What's up?
I got a surprise.
What's
I got a
surprise, sir.
Let me see.
What's the
I got a surprise, man, because I know the world is probably wondering what
we gonna do next? What we gonna do
what's
next?
gonna be next? What's brother West Coast? Who's next?
Tell me. Tell me. We need to know.
Tell y'all who's next. For all the folks who stayed around, I told you I had a special announcement at the end, man. We got our next week's interview already ready, lined up. I already talked to him on the phone because that's how we do it around here. You feel me? We chop it up on the phone. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, shout out to
You know what I'm saying? We call Dallas players, Cowboys players on the phone. We call them up. You know what we do.
They got them on deck like that.
Just got them on deck like that. You know what I'm saying?
That uncut.
I want to know, man. I want to know, man. Put it in the comment box.
who it is.
Who do you guys think is going to be next week's guest?
Somebody got it
next
already.
Week's best. You know what I'm saying? Next week's best. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go. Here we go.
Who y'all think gonna be the next one?
Here we go. Let's go. Shigading.
Bam! Oh, bomb drop. We got Turpentine in the building next week. Same time, same bat time, same bat channel. You understand?
And hey, man, who else doing this, man? We're gonna have a Pro Bowl player on the show with us,
yes,
man.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Pro Bowl.
Yes,
so
sir.
So next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Cali time, 9 p.m. Pacific, Central time. We got Pro Bowl kick returner, punt returner, wide receiver,
emphasis on wide receiver,
Kevontae Turpin. That's going to be stopping by the show to talk to us about 2022 and his utilization in 2023. Looking for it. It's going to be exciting, man. I'm going to tell you this right now, man. It's two type of Cowboys content. And I'm going to get in trouble for this, but I'm going to tell you, listen, man. You got folks that talk with him, talk about him. You got folks that talk to him. You know what I'm saying? That's what we doing. That's what we doing.
That hurt. You gotta chill out.
Straight like
that's right. Hey, listen, we all have
kind of hurt it, bro. What you doing?
Hey, listen to me. We all have lanes. We all have lanes. This is my lane. That's all I'm saying. My boy Law Nation is the best in the game at highlights and videos. Ain't nobody seeing him. My boy Jay Tuck. Hey, mom, get your go get your thing on. Come show me. Come show the world. We live. Here.
We can't.
You got the graphics in the way.
The Cowboy. What I got you.
You got to take the graphics down.
In the way, sir.
Ah, man, she took it yesterday. All right, well. Okay, well, all right. You all Razor. She got a bunch of Razorback stuff on right now, so it ain't gonna.
Hey, nah, don't just pass back there, man. No, it's 870 talk, man. We love them
May 31st. Why are you walking through my house with head to toe with Arkansas? I'm a Razorback fan too, but goddamn.
Listen, you don't question me.
Look, that's when I have to lean to the to the microphone and just say, roll tide.
Y'all leave me alone. But hey, we all have our lanes, man. We all have our lane. Law's one of the best in the game at highlights and film. Botch is great at film. My boy Boss Cowboys is the mediator of all mediators. Jay Tuck is a draft consigliere. I can't even say the damn word, but he's a you know what I'm saying he's an underground boss of all that, man. So man, we all have our lanes, man. This is just work. This is the lane that we found, and it works for us. You know what I'm saying?
We
So,
just spoiled in the Cowboy community, man. Shout out to
I
the
know. Hey, shout
community,
out to
man.
Wayne Bryan.
Shout out to the whole community, man. Like, we appreciate everybody too, man. We've been hearing the love. We've been seeing all the love out here, man. We really appreciate y'all. Long as y'all support, man, we can do stuff like this, man. All we need is the people. You know what I'm saying? That's all we need is the people.
yes, sir. Hey, Action Jackson says, HTM, did you F with Devin Wiley from Arkansas?
I full with him. I full with him. Like, really, no, for real though. I'm gonna say this though. Like, the player I wanted most, coming out of Arkansas was the wide receiver that we had. I forget the boy name right off the tip of the tongue though. You know what I'm talking about. Me and Landlord did a couple shows
Who
about him.
that?
You know,
Talking about
I
the wide
kept
receiver. Matt
yeah, you know
Launders
what
or
I'm
something like
talking.
that.
Matt Landers,
Yeah.
Where
yeah,
did he
Matt
end up
Landers. That's
going?
who man, he went undrafted somewhere. Let me see where Matt Landers ended up going. That boy got skill, man. Like, you put up almost 1,000 yards in our offense, and we hardly ever throw the
And
damn
he
ball.
ran
You a
like a
big play
4.3 or
receiver.
something. Then he snapped at the combine.
That boy 6'5", running 4.3, man. So I knew we gonna go somewhere. But
What
let's
did
see,
Burks
Matt
do last
Landers,
year?
Seattle. That boy went to
Ain't
Seattle.
Traylon Burks from Arkansas?
Yeah, he from
What he
Arkansas.
did
End
last
up
year?
going.
Did he do something? Because
Man,
I was high on him coming out. I ain't pay attention.
he ain't have a quarterback, man.
Oh, well, yeah, at Tennessee. They
Yeah,
they
he ain't
did
have a
him like
quarterback.
Tolbert, like we did Tolbert. They brought him in like he was just gonna instantly replace AJ Brown. That was crazy.
But see, the boy had 33 catches for 444 yards and a touchdown.
Mm.
So he averaged about 13.5 yards a catch. So he had a good, a good of a rookie season for not having no good players around him as you could possibly ask for.
Yeah,
And then Hayes said he was injured too.
I'm looking forward to seeing. I'm looking forward to. Man, just I love
this Turpin interview though.
It's gonna be dope.
It was fire. It's gonna be fire.
I got some questions for that young man. No, man. I'm telling you. Y'all did great on the interview too, man. Salute to West Coast and HTM, man. Y'all did y'all thing, man. Y'all know we gonna just keep getting better and better at this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And hey, man, and shout out to us, man. Shout out to us, man. Shout out to us. Shout out to us, man. Hey, because folks don't be understand what it be taking, man, to
Get
put
this
this
done.
thing on, man. Y'all don't
Yeah.
y'all don't even be
Y'all
knowing,
don't know.
man. What
Yeah.
we be going through to bring this content, man. But nevertheless, the content is out there, and we were live today, and we had my boy KJ on the show, man. So God is just good, man. He's just good, man. And salute to my boy HTM Sports, man. Freaking first year in the game, and already the second year in the game, already interviewing players.
Now this first year.
First full year. And shout out landlord, same situation, man. First full season in the game, man. Already going to training camp. I mean, already going to the draft and already interviewing players, man. Like just the maturation of the content creators in Cowboys Nation is you guys are blessed, man. Cowboy Nation, y'all spoiled, man. The Eagles ain't got that, bro. The Eagles don't have EM Sports. They don't have a landlord, and they damn sure ain't got no West Coast Cowboy. Hey, man, y'all never look down because stars up.